My parents made secret copies of my apartment keys and moved my sister in while I was at work, so I had them all arrested. I came home from the gym to find my sister, Emily, unpacking in my living room. My parents were there too, hanging her clothes in my office closet. Like this was completely normal. I bought this apartment myself, 2-bedroom, nothing fancy, but it's mine. I worked 60-hour weeks eating ramen to save the down payment, while Emily got a full ride to private school and a car from our parents. I don't resent the help she got. I resent being expected to give her mine. 3 weeks ago, her boyfriend kicked her out. My parents called asking if she could temporarily stay with me. I said, absolutely not. I work from home. I have my routine, my space, my boundaries. Last time she visited, she ate all my meal prep and had friends over until 3 a.m. on a work night. I offered to help her find a place. I offered to lend her deposit money. They said I was selfish with my extra space. But here she was, surrounded by boxes in my apartment. We knew you'd come around once you saw how much Emily needed this, my mother said. It's happening whether you like it or not, my father added. I told them to get out immediately. That's when my mother said, well, it doesn't matter. We had copies of your keys made for Emily. They'd stolen my spare key during their last visit, made multiple copies, gave Emily her own set, kept one for themselves. I gave them 10 minutes to remove everything, or I was calling the police. My father laughed. You won't call the cops on family, so I did. Right there, 911. Reported a break-in in progress. By the time officers arrived, they were loading boxes while my mother cried about me tearing the family apart. The police told my family to leave and recommended I change my locks immediately. I called an emergency locksmith that night, $400 for every lock. Installed Ring doorbell and security cameras. Revoked any building access permissions for my family. Then I sent a group text with a photo of the new locks. Any attempt to enter without permission will be considered trespassing and met with legal action. My mother called crying. My father texted about how disappointed he was. Emily posted on Facebook about people who forget where they came from. 2 days later, my security camera showed Emily at my door with a locksmith. I called 911 and spoke through my door. Emily, you're on camera. Leave now or I'm pressing charges. The locksmith asked if this was her residence. She said yes. Told him she'd been locked out by her roommate. I opened the door just enough to show my ID and lease. This is my apartment. Only my name is on the lease. She's trying to break in. The locksmith left. Emily had a meltdown in my hallway, screaming about how I was ruining her life. She sat in front of my door and refused to move. Police came, warned Emily that if she returned, she'd be arrested. An hour later, my parents stood outside my door for 20 minutes while my mother called through it about destroying the family. I recorded everything, sent them a cease and desist. The next day, HR called. My mother had told them I was having a mental health crisis, suggesting I might be a danger to myself. I filed for restraining orders against all three, but before the hearing, I woke up at 3 a.m. to my security alarm. Emily was on my fire escape trying to pry open my bedroom window with a crowbar. She was arrested, attempted breaking and entering, possession of burglary tools, spent the night in jail. At the restraining order hearing, Emily claimed she was returning a tool I'd lent her. My lawyer played the security footage. The judge granted all 3 restraining orders, 2 years, 500 feet minimum distance. My mother wailed. My father called me a disgrace. Emily screamed that she'd make me pay, but the district attorney pressed criminal charges for the crowbar incident. Emily was convicted. 6 months suspended to probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory therapy, and restitution for my security system. She now has a criminal record. During the trial, one of her ex-boyfriends came forward. She tried to break into his apartment after their breakup too. Her parents paid him off to not press charges. This wasn't desperation. This was a pattern. I chose myself. I chose peace, and I'd make the same choice again.